So I did a piece on the YNW Melly and the YNW Bortlen situation, right? Um, it was something I think I left out, right? So this the thing, right? I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, Bortlen fried Melly because him taking that plea, it leaves Melly in a messed up position, right?" Okay. First thing is first, right? If you gotta choose, how many of y'all have been in a situation where you had to choose between a 16-year sentence broken down where you got 6 years probation, 10 years in prison, 5 years credit time served. So you're only doing 5 years as compared to going to trial and risk a life sentence to try to beat that case. If you lose, you get a natural life sentence in Florida. Life means the rest of your life in Florida, not 25 years, right? You took the plea, you pled no contest, and they also was saying that if the prosecutor needs to contact you for a proffer, that may also be an option as well, right? And in the proffer agreement, you gotta basically explain your role in that crime. Now that only doesn't hurt nobody if you did the crime by yourself. If you got one or more co-defendants, that can hurt whoever else is on that case. But you got to think of homie age. He's young, and he got to choose between 5 years or natural life. You understand? They jumped off the porch and they didn't know what the hell they was doing. YNW Melly, they trying to say he allegedly staged a crime scene. So basically, they trying to say that you unalive some dude, your friends, right? You unalive your friends, and then you tried to spin the story and give the police a BS story about how somebody did a drive-by on y'all, right? Then they did something called ballistics and found out that your story don't make sense. And what you saying don't match up with what ballistics say, right? So now the state, in their mind, you already guilty. They just got to prove it. So if you got one or more co-defendants, guess what? They're going to give them the deal that they can't refuse. And they ain't going to refuse it. Because if you think a dude in his late teens, early 20s, mid 20s is prepared mentally to do a life sentence, if convicted, you are out of your fucking mind. If you think that a dude is going to pick a life sentence over 5 years. Real talk. This is just common sense. Very few, them young people ain't even lived life yet. And they gave, and the slick thing that the courts down there did is they locked them up long enough to where they could really think about what's about to happen. And that kid got tired of being in jail, and it was an easy decision for him. They gave him 72 hours to make up his mind on what you gonna do. He wasn't gonna pass up that 5 years to risk life plus. You understand? He wasn't gonna do that because a lot of them charges he had carried 30 years, and some of them carried life. Tampering with a witness in a murder case carries life in Florida. You know what I mean? So, it's just common sense, man. They said, oh yeah, the YNs, they'll crash out. Yeah, you crash out and crash yourself right into a prison or a graveyard. The outcomes do not change because of your age. The outcomes are the same. So you out here doing grown man crimes, they got grown man sentences for them grown man crimes. Anyway, free YNW Melly.